In this video, you will discover 5 foods that are forbidden for diabetics and the 5 best foods to quickly lower blood sugar. Who doesn't love the tempting combination of white rice, fresh fish, and nori? Sushi has won over palates around the world, but it hides a secret that few are aware of, especially when we talk about diabetes and glycemic control. What many do not know is that this Japanese delicacy underwent significant adaptations upon reaching the West, becoming potentially harmful for people who need to keep their blood sugar levels under control. Traditional sushi, which originated in Southeast Asia over 1,000 years ago, was initially made only with fermented fish and rice, used as a preservation method. Over time, the recipe evolved, and today the rice used undergoes a specific preparation process that includes the addition of a mixture of sugar and vinegar, known as sherry. This technique, although essential for providing that characteristic flavor and texture, turns the rice into a real glycemic bomb. In practical terms, an average serving of sushi, about 6 pieces, can contain the equivalent of 4 teaspoons of sugar just in the rice. The cooking process and the addition of sugared vinegar make the glycemic index of sushi rice even higher than that of regular white rice. This means that it is absorbed very quickly by the body, causing abrupt spikes in blood glucose levels. For a clearer idea, while regular white rice has a glycemic index of around 70, sushi rice can reach over 90 on the scale. This happens because the preparation process breaks down some of the starch in the rice, making it even easier to be converted into glucose by the body. But all is not lost for lovers of Japanese cuisine who need to control their blood sugar. There are interesting alternatives, such as sashimi, slices of raw fish without rice, or modern versions made with cauliflower rice or quinoa. Some specialized restaurants already offer options with brown rice or black rice, which have a lower glycemic index and higher fiber content. The safe portion for consumption depends greatly on individual glycemic control, but as a general rule, people with diabetes should limit themselves to no more than 2 to 3 pieces per meal, always accompanied by good proteins and fats, which help slow down sugar absorption. It is crucial to monitor blood sugar levels before and after consumption to understand how the body responds. Who hasn't heard that granola is synonymous with healthy eating? This food, which gained fame as a nutritious breakfast option, hides a surprising truth that directly impacts people with diabetes. Behind the image of a superfood, industrially produced granola carries a secret that few know: an alarming amount of hidden sugars. The story of granola began in the 19th century when it was created by James Caleb Jackson at a sanatorium in New York, originally as a food made from broken whole wheat flour and water. Quite different from the current version, which has undergone various modifications to please the modern palate, becoming increasingly processed and sweetened. The current industrial version can contain up to 25 g of sugar per 100 g serving, equivalent to approximately 6 teaspoons of sugar. This sugar is disguised under different names on labels: glucose syrup, honey, brown sugar, coconut sugar, molasses, among others. For people with diabetes, this represents a significant risk to glycemic control. What makes the situation even more complex is the combination of these sugars with other high glycemic index ingredients, such as raisins, dates, and other dried fruits, which enhance the impact on blood glucose. Additionally, the addition of refined vegetable oils and preservatives can contribute to systemic inflammation, another concerning factor in diabetes management. However, there is an interesting alternative: homemade granola. By preparing it at home, you can control exactly what goes into the mix. A basic recipe might include rolled oats, 1 cup, chopped almonds, ½ cup, chia seeds, 2 tablespoons, ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon, and a bit of coconut oil, 2 tablespoons. For natural sweetening, a few drops of stevia or monk fruit can be used. For those who still prefer to buy ready-made, there are some valuable tips. Look for versions with less than 5 g of sugar per serving. Check if fiber is present in a significant amount, at least 3 g per serving. And ensure that the first ingredients on the list are actually whole grains and nuts, not sugars or refined oils. The recommended portion for people with diabetes should not exceed 2 to 3 tablespoons per meal, always combined with proteins, like unsweetened natural yogurt, and good fats, like avocado or almond butter, which help to reduce the glycemic impact. The ideal time for consumption is in the morning, when the body is naturally more prepared to process carbohydrates. A fruit smoothie seems like the perfect choice for those looking for a healthy and refreshing option. After all, What could be harmful about a drink made from natural fruits? This is a question many people with diabetes ask themselves, not realizing that they are facing a real challenge for glycemic control. The origin of smoothies dates back to the 1930s, when the advent of the first household blenders revolutionized the way we consume fruit. What started as a simple way to use ripe fruits transformed into a billion-dollar industry, with specialized stores promising extraordinary health benefits. What many do not realize is that a medium-sized smoothie can contain the fructose equivalent of 4 to 5 whole fruits. In practical terms, this means that drinking a mango and banana smoothie, for example, you are consuming the sugar from 2 mangoes and 3 bananas in a matter of minutes, something you would hardly do by eating the fruits in their natural form. The issue becomes even more critical when we consider the absorption process. When fruit is blended, its fibers are mechanically broken down, losing much of their ability to slow the absorption of sugar. As a result, the fructose in the drink is absorbed much more quickly, causing glycemic spikes comparable to those of a regular soda. To give a more concrete idea, a 500 milliliter smoothie can contain between 45–60 g of natural fruit sugar, equivalent to approximately 12 to 15 teaspoons of sugar. The impact on blood sugar is virtually instant, as there are no intact fibers to create a natural barrier to absorption. However, there is a smarter way to enjoy the benefits of fruits without compromising glycemic control. The key is in the preparation of diabetes-friendly smoothies. The basic recipe includes 1 serving of green vegetables, spinach or kale, 1 small serving of low glycemic index fruit, blackberry, strawberry, or blueberry, 1 source of good fat, avocado or chia seeds, and sugar-free liquid coconut water or green tea. To enhance glycemic control, the following can be added: ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon, which helps with insulin sensitivity, fresh ginger, 1 small piece, which has anti-inflammatory properties, and spirulina, 1 teaspoon, which aids in stabilizing blood sugar. The recommendation for people with diabetes is to limit consumption to 250 milliliters at a time, always between main meals and never on an empty stomach. It is crucial to monitor blood glucose levels before and 30 minutes after consumption to understand how your body responds to this beverage. The process of fruit dehydration is one of the oldest food preservation techniques, dating back thousands of years. While it may seem like a healthy snack alternative, especially for people with diabetes looking for practical options, dried fruits hide a metabolic trap that few fully understand. During the dehydration process, whether natural, sun-dried, or artificial, using dehydrators, water is removed from the fruit, concentrating all its nutrients, including natural sugars. To give a clear perspective, a fresh grape contains about 1 g of sugar, while a single raisin can contain up to 3 g. This sugar concentration makes dried fruits true miniature glycemic bombs. What makes the situation even more challenging is the ease of overconsumption. While someone would hardly eat 30 fresh grapes at once, it's very common to consume this amount in raisins without realizing it. Practically speaking, this means that a small 1/4 cup serving of raisins can contain as much sugar as a can of soda. Furthermore, many commercially dried fruits undergo an additional process of adding sugar or glucose syrup to enhance flavor and appearance. Some brands even add vegetable oils to prevent the fruits from sticking together, further increasing the caloric density and inflammatory potential of the product. For those who still wish to include dried fruits in their diet, there are safer alternatives. For example, naturally acidic fruits like unsweetened dried cranberries or currants have a lower glycemic impact. The recommended portion should not exceed 1 tablespoon at a time, always combined with proteins or good fats to slow down sugar absorption. An interesting option is to create your own controlled dried fruit mix. Combine 1 teaspoon of dried goji berries, lower glycemic index, with 1 teaspoon of unsweetened shredded coconut and 1 teaspoon of dried blueberries. This mix can be used as a topping on yogurt or cottage cheese, providing flavor and nutrients without causing significant glycemic spikes. The timing of consumption is also crucial. The best time to consume dried fruits is immediately after physical activity, when the muscles are more insulin sensitive and can process sugar more efficiently. Even so, it's crucial to monitor blood glucose levels to understand the individual response to these foods. Imagine enjoying an ostensibly healthy dish of grilled chicken with vegetables, not knowing that the teriyaki sauce that accompanies it could be completely undermining your efforts to control diabetes. This sauce, which has become a favorite in fusion cuisine, hides a surprising amount of sugars behind its irresistible flavor. Teriyaki sauce has its roots in traditional Japanese cuisine, where it was prepared with a base of soy sauce, mirin, sweet rice wine, and sugar in small amounts. However, the industrialized version found on supermarket shelves today has undergone significant modifications to please the Western palate, becoming much sweeter than the original recipe. A single tablespoon of commercial teriyaki sauce can contain up to 3 g of sugar, often in the form of high-fructose corn syrup. To put this into perspective, some people with diabetes have a total daily carbohydrate goal of 45-60 g. A single generous serving of teriyaki sauce can consume up to 15% of this quota. The complexity increases when we consider that many of these sauces contain thickeners like modified starch, which also impact blood sugar levels. Moreover, the high sodium content in these products can affect blood pressure, an additional concern for many people with diabetes. However, it is possible to create delicious and safe homemade versions of this sauce. A basic recipe includes a quarter cup of gluten-free soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar, 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, grated ginger to taste, and natural sweetener, monk fruit or stevia, to taste. This version has less than 1 g of carbohydrates per tablespoon. To enhance the beneficial properties of the homemade sauce, functional ingredients like black garlic, rich in compounds that assist in glycemic control, or powdered shiitake mushrooms, which contain glucose-regulating beta-glucans, can be added. A pinch of cayenne pepper can also be included, as capsaicin helps improve insulin sensitivity. The recommended consumption frequency should not exceed 1 to 2 tablespoons per meal, always as part of a balanced meal that includes lean proteins and fiber. It's advisable to rotate between different types of low-carb homemade sauces to avoid monotony, such as mustard and herb sauce, lemon vinaigrette, or tahini sauce. Additionally, if you are taking metformin or other similar medications and want to know how type 2 diabetics are gradually weaning off these drugs until they can completely stop, click on the first pinned comment. There, you'll find a document with a step-by-step guide on how you can safely free yourself from metformin. Chia seeds, a tiny seed that revolutionized the world of nutrition, have a fascinating history dating back to the Aztecs and Mayans who considered it a sacred food. For people with diabetes, this ancient seed is more than just a dietary trend. It's a true ally in glycemic control. What makes chia so special is its extraordinary nutritional composition. In just 1 tablespoon, 15 g, it contains 5 g of fiber, most of which are soluble fibers that form a gel when in contact with liquids. This gel acts as a natural barrier, drastically slowing down the absorption of sugars in the intestine. For people with diabetes, this means much less pronounced blood sugar spikes after meals. The science behind chia's action is fascinating. When the seeds come into contact with liquids, they release a special type of mucilage that can absorb up to 12 times their weight in water. This process not only slows down the digestion of carbohydrates, but also prolongs the feeling of fullness, indirectly helping with weight control, a crucial factor in managing diabetes. In addition to fiber, chia is one of the richest plant sources of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically alpha-linolenic acid ALA. Studies have shown that this essential fatty acid can improve insulin sensitivity in cells, making the hormone more efficient at controlling blood glucose. To incorporate chia into the diet effectively, there are several creative possibilities. One of the most popular is the basic chia pudding. Mix 3 tablespoons of chia with 1 cup of unsweetened plant milk, add cinnamon, and leave it in the refrigerator for 4 hours or overnight. This base can be customized with different spices and low-carb toppings. The recommended daily dose varies between 20-25 g, approximately 2 tablespoons, distributed throughout the day. It's crucial to start with smaller amounts and gradually increase to avoid gastrointestinal discomfort. It's also important to maintain good hydration, as chia fibers absorb a lot of water. A lesser-known benefit of chia is its ability to replace eggs in recipes. For each egg, mix 1 tablespoon of ground chia with 3 tablespoons of water and let it sit for 15 minutes. This substitution is especially useful for people with diabetes who also follow a plant-based diet or have egg restrictions. Apple cider vinegar, a condiment with a history dating back over 5,000 years, has been gaining special attention in the medical and scientific community for its impressive benefits in diabetes control. This golden liquid, a result of fermenting apple cider, carries properties that extend far beyond its traditional culinary uses. The secret of apple cider vinegar lies in its main active component, acetic acid. This organic acid has shown a remarkable ability to improve insulin sensitivity in cells. When consumed before meals, it can reduce postprandial blood sugar spikes by up to 30%, a particularly beneficial effect for people with diabetes. The mother of vinegar, that cloudy substance that naturally forms during fermentation, contains a rich community of probiotics and live enzymes. These beneficial microorganisms work in synergy to improve gut health, which in turn positively influences glucose metabolism. Recent studies suggest that a healthy gut microbiome is directly related to better glycemic control. A fascinating aspect of apple cider vinegar is its ability to activate AMPK, AMP-activated protein kinase, an enzyme that acts as a metabolic sensor in cells. When activated, AMPK increases glucose uptake by muscles and reduces glucose production by the liver, contributing to more stable blood sugar levels. To achieve maximum benefits, the method of consumption is crucial. The recommended dose is 1 to 2 tablespoons, 15 to 30 milliliters, diluted in water, preferably before main meals. An effective recipe is to mix 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in 250 milliliters of water, adding a pinch of cinnamon, which also has glucose-regulating properties, and a few drops of lemon to enhance the flavor. It's important to note that not all apple cider vinegars are created equal. Look for organic, unfiltered, and unpasteurized products that retain the mother of vinegar intact. The color should be a deep amber, and the liquid should show some cloudiness, signs of the presence of beneficial bioactive compounds. An innovative use of apple cider vinegar is as part of a morning metabolic drink. Combine 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, 1 teaspoon of grated ginger, a pinch of cayenne pepper, and warm water. This combination enhances the thermogenic and glucose-regulating effect, being particularly beneficial when consumed on an empty stomach. Spirulina, a blue-green microalgae that has existed for billions of years, represents one of the most concentrated forms of nutrition nature has ever produced. For people with diabetes, this superalgum offers a unique set of benefits that make it a valuable ally in glycemic control. This microscopic algae was first used by the Aztecs, who harvested it from Lake Texcoco in Mexico, calling it tequilitl. Today, after decades of scientific research, spirulina has emerged as a powerful nutritional supplement, especially for those struggling to maintain healthy blood sugar levels. The distinctiveness of spirulina lies in its extraordinary composition. About 60 to 70% bioavailable protein, a concentration higher than found in any plant or animal food. This high-quality protein is accompanied by a unique compound called phycocyanin, a blue pigment that has shown potent properties in regulating blood glucose. A fascinating aspect of spirulina is its richness in chromium, an essential mineral that often doesn't receive the attention it deserves. Chromium acts as a cofactor for insulin, significantly improving its effectiveness in the cell. A 3g serving of spirulina can provide up to 60% of the daily requirement of chromium, making it an exceptional source of this crucial mineral for diabetics. To achieve the best results, the form of supplementation is crucial. The recommended initial dose is 1g per day, divided into 2 doses, gradually increasing to 3g daily. It's important to start with smaller doses to allow the body to adapt, avoiding potential gastrointestinal discomforts. An efficient way to consume spirulina is through the metabolic morning shot. Mix 1g of spirulina powder with fresh lemon juice, a pinch of black pepper, which increases the bioavailability of nutrients, and water. This combination, when consumed on an empty stomach, can help stabilize glucose levels throughout the morning. Spirulina can also be creatively incorporated into daily meals. An interesting option is the green protein shake. Combine 1 tablespoon of spirulina, 1 medium cucumber, 1 small green apple, fresh ginger, and coconut water in a blender. This drink provides proteins, antioxidants, and glycemia-regulating compounds in an easily absorbable form. Black sesame seeds, a less well-known variety but nutritionally superior to common sesame seeds, have their roots in traditional Asian medicine, where they have been revered for millennia as a medicinal food. For people with diabetes, these seeds offer an impressive array of compounds that can significantly aid in glycemic control. What makes black sesame seeds especially valuable is their high concentration of lignans, particularly sesamin and sesamolan. These lignans have shown a remarkable ability to improve insulin sensitivity in cells. Studies indicate that these compounds can increase the expression of the glucose transporters GLUT4, facilitating the entry of sugar into muscle cells. The richness of magnesium in black sesame seeds is another crucial factor. A tablespoon contains about 32 milligrams of this essential mineral. Magnesium plays a key role in glucose metabolism, participating in over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body, many of which are directly related to diabetes control. An intriguing aspect of black sesame seeds is their ability to reduce systemic inflammation, a factor often present in people with diabetes. The antioxidants in these seeds, especially sesamin, have demonstrated potent anti-inflammatory properties, which can help improve insulin sensitivity at the cellular level. The recommended daily dose of black sesame seeds is 2 to 3 tablespoons, 20-30 g, preferably divided throughout the day. To maximize nutrient absorption, it is advisable to consume the seeds lightly toasted and ground. The toasting process releases more bioactive compounds, while grinding increases bioavailability. An effective way to incorporate black sesame seeds into the diet is through homemade black tahini. Process 1 cup of toasted black sesame seeds in a food processor until a creamy paste is formed. This paste can be used as a spread on low-carb bread, added to sauces, or incorporated into healthy snack recipes. To enhance the benefits, try the metabolic seed mix. Combine 2 tablespoons of ground black sesame seeds with 1 tablespoon of chia and 1 tablespoon of ground golden flaxseed. This mix can be sprinkled over salads, unsweetened yogurt, or incorporated into low-carb smoothies. Shiitake mushrooms, scientifically known as Lentinula edota, are not just tasty fungi. They are a medicinal powerhouse that has been used in traditional Asian medicine for over 2,000 years. For people with diabetes, this mushroom offers unique properties that can significantly aid in glycemic control. The secret of shiitake lies in its unique polysaccharides, especially lentinin and aritadenine. These substances have shown a remarkable ability to regulate blood glucose levels through multiple mechanisms. Lentinin, in particular, acts by improving cell sensitivity to insulin, while aritadenine helps to reduce hepatic glucose production. A fascinating discovery about shiitake is its ability to mimic insulin action in the body. The mushroom contains compounds that can stimulate glucose uptake by muscle cells, even in the absence of insulin. This insulin-like effect is particularly beneficial for people with type 2 diabetes, who often develop insulin resistance. Shiitake also stands out for its very low glycemic index, less than 10, and its high fiber content, including specific beta-glucans that have shown positive effects on diabetes control. These soluble fibers not only help stabilize blood sugar levels, but also contribute to the health of the intestinal microbiome. To reap the maximum benefits, the method of preparation is crucial. Shiitake can be consumed fresh or dehydrated, with the dehydrated version presenting higher concentrations of bioactive compounds. The recommended dose is 5-10 g of dried mushrooms per day, or 50-100 g of fresh mushrooms. An effective way to incorporate shiitake into the diet is through medicinal broth. Boil 3 to 4 dried shiitake mushrooms in 2 cups of water for 20 minutes, add fresh ginger and a pinch of black pepper. This broth can be consumed as a hot beverage or used as a base for soups and sauces. Shiitake can also be transformed into umami powder. Dry the mushrooms completely and process them into a fine powder. This powder can be used as a seasoning, adding not only flavor but also glucose-regulating benefits to dishes. Now, discover the top 8 essential vitamins for diabetics to drastically reduce their blood sugar by clicking on the video appearing on your screen.